What is going on, my beautiful Raspy Riders? In today's video, I'm gonna go over how I turned this basic $400 scooter bike thing into a super fast machine. This thing is just a monster and the torque is just crazy on this thing. One of the main ways I upgraded the scooter was by changing out the motor. This is no longer the stock motor right here. This is a Jinsei Chuang 5,000 watt motor, but we are peaking it way higher than 5,000 watts. Jinsei Chuang 5,000 watt motor, let's go! But what's special about this motor is that it is version 2. I've used the first version before, and while you can still get up to high speeds with it, the torque wasn't crazy. It was much better than a stock motor, don't get me wrong. I could still reach really high speeds with it, but this new motor is just different. All right, guys, let's do an overview of the scooter, and then after, I'm gonna do some speed run for you guys. So this is a steel frame, and the original form of this bike, it is called an Alio Spacewalk US 11 scooter. So it is a scooter. I just call it a bike. You know, it's got two wheels, a seat. So to me, it's a scooter bike. I know people in the comment section are going to be calling me out because in the title, I use e-bike. I say e-bike just because e-bikes are more of a searchable topic on YouTube. So I will call this an e-bike on the title. But yeah, when I first got this frame, I thought it was super cool. Mainly because it actually came with 3 seats. 1, 2, and there's these holes right here because you can mount a 3rd seat. And it just goes right here above the deck, and you can fit like a little child on there. So I didn't really do anything else in terms of the frame for upgrades. I just removed that 3rd seat. So let's move on to the brakes. For the front, I'm using a 160 millimeter floating rotor, and in the rear, I got a 180 millimeter rotor. I know the front should have the bigger rotor because it has more stopping power, but the only reason why I used 80 millimeter in the rear was because I had some clearance issues with the caliper and the motor, so I needed a bigger rotor. But yeah, this thing stops really well, especially because we're using 4-piston hydraulic brakes. These are actually the exact same ones I used off of my Coroma. So I pretty much gutted the Coroma and used some of the parts for this. The tires and the forks are stock, so there's nothing special going on there. But something I did change was I removed the foldable stem and I changed out the handlebars. So now we have a Super 73 BMX handlebar. And this is a lot wider than the stock handlebars, and it makes it so much more stable. It even has a 73 logo right there. This thing can smoke any stock Super 73. On our handlebars, we got a 3-speed switch, and this thing can be tuned to however I want. I can make mode 1 have 0 power or give it full power. It just depends on how you tune the controller. In the middle of our handlebars, you see that we do not have a display. That's because most of the time, I don't really care to have a display. There's just too much clutter going on, and I'd rather just use my phone as the display. And you can even turn it sideways if you want. See? A sideways speedometer now. Yeah, I just never really cared to have a display. It's so much more simple to run the far driver without a display, and you have less wires. Like, look how clean this is. It's literally only the brake levers, the 3-speed switch, which is also optional, and my throttle right here. It's so simple and it's so clean. So on the right side of my bars, I have my throttle. This is a 3-in-1 combo where it has the throttle, a voltmeter, and a key ignition switch. This is the easiest way to run a far driver, and you don't need anything else. It's so simple. I make this plug and play on my store, so if you guys want one, you can go check that out. You can find this type of throttle somewhere else cheaper, but it will not be plug and play. I'm letting you guys know right now, you can find it cheaper somewhere else, but it is not plug and play when you buy it. So if you want to go the cheapest route, find the throttle on Amazon, Temu, or AliExpress and change up the connectors yourself. I just make it really easy for the people that don't want to do that. Some people just want something plug and play, and that's what I give them. Okay, coming down to the deck area, we got pegs right here. This came with the stock bike, so it's really nice to have, especially since we have the battery taking up all the space right here. There is no link for this battery because it is custom made from Amorge. Right there, Amorge. And it is a 72 volt 28 amp hour battery pack that has a continuous discharge of 280 amps and peaks at 350. The cells I'm using are E40PL and they can dish out a lot of power. In fact, this battery can push out more power than my controller can handle. I am maxing out the controller, which is down here, but I am not maxing out how much this battery can push out. And that's a good thing because this battery will probably never heat up. Just for a slightly cleaner look, I took the charging connector and I stuffed it into the seat tube right here. It's really easy access and it goes back in super easy too. We got the QS8 discharge connector right here. I should zip tie this somewhere to just hide it a little bit better. Probably will. Yeah, I don't really like this hanging out. Especially because I think I did such a good job cleaning these wires up. These are the phase wires and the hall sensor wire. To me, the way I did this was just so beautiful. It creates a beautiful wave and it just goes straight to the controller down here. So the controller we're running is a far driver. It is a ND72450 and it can push out 200 line amps and 450 phase amps. Okay, coming back to our beautiful hub motor right here. Like I said earlier, this is a 5,000 watt Jinsei Chuang hub motor and this thing can just push out some serious power, man. It is actually a huge upgrade from the version 1. It wasn't as noticeable in the first video, but after tuning the controller and pushing more power to it, yeah, there's a big difference between this one and version 1. The owner of the company told me that the magnets are a little bit bigger and this motor can push out some more torque and higher speeds. It's a bit more pricey than the first version, but if you're trying to squeeze out every drop of power as you can and you're not really worried about money, then this version 2 is definitely worth it. Don't get me wrong, version 1 is still great. I love version 1 and I also love that it's cheaper than this one, but if you want more power, then you gotta put down the money. You gotta pay to play, right? So that's pretty much in terms of the upgrades. There's not that much that I did to it. With these type of upgrades, the three main things you do is battery, controller, and motor. I guess the only thing to talk about left before we do the speed run is just the aesthetics of it. I don't know, you guys can let me know in the comments what you guys think about the looks. I think changing the handlebars made it look 1,000 times better. It's crazy how much that improved the aesthetics. This is probably my favorite angle right here. If you guys are interested, I am going to be selling this thing. I want to recycle the money to upgrade something else. Possibly electric XP. I don't know yet. But I would like to recycle this money so that I can help the channel grow. And I think a very fair price for this is $1,500. I think that's a fair price. If you guys don't think so, let me know in the comments. But yeah, if you guys are in the Long Beach, LA area, maybe even Orange County or Inland Empire, and you guys are interested in this thing, hit me up or email me at raspyrides@gmail.com. And yeah, I would love to sell this thing and give it a new home. I'll probably make you sign like a liability waiver or something like that, so that, you know, if you go crazy fast and you get hurt, it's not my fault. Alright guys, without any further ado, let's jump to the speed run. Alright guys, we are on our way to find a nice street to do our speed run. This is our first official speed run. I have not gone over 60 on this thing yet. In the first video, you guys saw me do 50. And then after that, when I was playing with the tune, I got up to 60. And then I backed off because I kind of got scared. I only want to do this speed run once because I will admit that hitting 70 on this thing is scary and I don't want to do it all the time. So I'm probably only going to do it once. But my gosh, the torque is freaking just so powerful. Watch, you guys will be able to see how fast acceleration is. Even right now, look, let me hold it steady for you guys let me try to get 20 miles per hour. And now watch me fly up to 30 real quick. Hold on. Let me get back down to 20. 3, 2, 1. Look at that. It just jumps up to 30 so fast. I can go from 30 to 40 even faster. It's pretty crazy how the wider handlebars make such a difference with the stability. Right here in front of me is Cherry Street. This is where I like to do my speed runs. From light to light, it'll be about a mile. So we got a mile-long stretch to hit 70. You actually want to hit 70 before a mile is up because you need time to hit the brakes. This left turn light doesn't want to turn green for me, so I gotta run it. Every time I do a speed run, I like to go up and down the road to see if there's any new potholes or bumps that I'm not aware of, and just to look out for cops. Look, with wider handlebars, it's also easier to ride one-handed.
That's your project? You made it?
Yeah.
What's up, man? How you doing?
Pretty good, how are you?
So you're an electrical engineer or what?
No, I just like building these things for fun.
I saw you and I said, look, that one doesn't look like one of those that they sell.
Yeah, I'm about to test it out and do a speed run.
Oh,
That's
right
why.
here?
That's why I'm all geared up.
Oh, good. You're gonna do it right here in Cherry?
Yeah.
It looks nice.
Thank you. I tried making it as clean as possible.
So are you gonna be selling them online or something like that?
Sometimes I keep them. Sometimes I sell it. After I'm done with this one, I do want to sell it.
So what do you do besides doing this?
This is mainly I do food deliveries too.
Yeah?
Yeah. Appreciate it.
You wanna do like videos or you post them online or something?
On YouTube.
Where is it?
On YouTube.
Uh-huh.
It's called Raspy Rides.
Raspy?
Yeah, Raspy Rides.
Right, okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna look at my phone. Raspy right. I'm gonna follow you, okay?
Thank you. Thank you. Thanks.
Thank you, bro.
Thank you. That was pretty cool. Alright guys, as you can see, I'm all geared up. I got my elbow pads, my knee pads, and my full face helmet. Because like I said, you know, this is scary as shit. This Jinsei Twang motor is super powerful, and you know, it could take all that power coming from the battery and the controller. And with the controller, we're pushing out 200 amps. So it's not a little bit, it's a lot. And I am scared, you know? And I think it's a little normal to be scared a little bit every time you test out something new that you build, especially when you don't have like an engineering background or anything. And especially when these tires are so skinny. Anyways, before I psych myself out, I better get to it. All right, as you guys can see, I'm at 82.1 volts. So that should be plenty for a speed run. That's like 90% charge, a little more than 90. I'm gonna press record on my speedometer in case my camera cuts it out. And here we go. I think the middle lane is least bumpy, so I'm gonna try to take the middle lane. All right, 3, 2, 1, let's get it. Doing these speed runs always gets my gut feeling weird. I don't think we saw 70 there, but we're getting close and my stomach started feeling kind of not good. I don't know if I want to try that again. I don't know, how fast did we get up? Let me see. It says 67.5. Should I try it again? Damn it! I feel like I should try it again. Okay, this is gonna be speed run number 2. And I feel like every time I do this, I increase my chance of death just by a little bit. So hopefully this is the last one. Let me wait for this car to go by. Okay, in 3, 2, 1. Let's get it. Come on. All right, so, oh man, oh my gut. All right, so I think we got 67 miles per hour again. Yeah, showing 67 again. I was fully pinned, and I think that's all it can give. Because I think it stayed there for a little bit too. I know the motor can handle more power, but I am limited to the controller, which is pushing out 200 amps. And I guess with 14-inch wheels, 200 amps isn't enough to reach 70. Maybe if I did a full tuck, but I'm not gonna do that again. That was enough for me. All right, guys, so what are my concluding thoughts about this motor? It is freaking torquey as shit. This thing can definitely handle power. And it is a night and day difference from the version 1. The version 1 has the single orange motor cable coming from it. This one's got like 4 of them. The phase wires are thicker too. So they did make some improvements on this version. When I'm on my mode 3, which is full power and unleashing all the capabilities of the controller, it's just, you know, you twist the throttle a little bit and the bike flies forward and it really pushes you back. All right, guys, welcome back from the speed run. I know you guys were expecting 70 miles per hour because in my first video I said I was gonna do 70, but 67 is pretty close. Come on, it's not 70 and I don't consider it 70. I know it can do it if I change up the controller, but come on, being in the 60s is already stupid fast. So yeah, I'm gonna wrap up this video here. If you guys are interested in buying this thing, hit me up. Thanks for watching this till the very end. If you guys have any comments, leave them down below. Please give this video a thumbs up and a like, subscribe, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace!